boy Mike Massive, and you are now rocking with Ridin Durty Radio. Let's go!
Ridin Durty Radio.
I love Ridin Durty Radio. Vic XL. And just like that, once again, it's on.
And just like that, once again, it's on. What's up, world? It's your boy Vic XL, and this is the Ridin Durty Show, where we bring you beats, rhymes, hip-hop, talk, and everyday life. That's right, man. Let's get this thing cracking. One time for everybody in the Facebook game on the check-in. I see you, Sandy. I see you, Jessica. Hey, man, we are in the midst, it might be over, of a solar eclipse, man. So, hey, Ridin Durty Show came to you on Eclipse Day. That's let you know. No days off, man. No days off, gang. Alright, man, one time for everybody who's out there who took the day off from work, who took the trip to some of the highest points to witness the eclipse at its high, man. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. They say the next total solar eclipse will not be till like 2068, and chances are we will not be alive. So, enjoy it while you can. Everybody who made money, hey, congratulations to all the people selling the Mr. Magoo bootleg eclipse glasses. Shame on you. For real, for real. All right, man, we got a very, very exciting show today. But before we bring you our guest, 2024. That's when the next eclipse will come. So, hey, shit. I'm going to be alive in 2024. I'm going to be alive. 6 years it'll be. Thank you, Jessica. I'm going to be alive. 6 years, I'm going to be here. So I'm going to see that thing. What up, my man Samuel on the check-in? All right, so before I bring you our guest, let me take a sip of my... a sip of my trusty Dr. Juice Cleanse. That's right, you know. Each and every episode of the Ridin Durty Show is brought to you by the good people at Dr. Juice Cleanse. That's right, Dr. Juice Cleanse is an all-natural cleanser that does great, awesome, wonderful things to your body. It does things like stops the aging process. That's right, if you are 40 and you don't want to look 50, Dr. Juice Cleanse can help that. It eliminates mucus and gooey, horrible stuff from your body. I'm just making up stuff. But no, it eliminates a lot of toxins and mucus and bad things in your body. It stops the aging process. It helps provide stress relief. And it also can help you lose 25 pounds in 10 days. But you know what? Don't take my word for it just because they sponsor the show. I want you to go over to drjuicecleanse.com and find out more about this great product and find out what it can do and how it can enhance your life today. Because Dr. Juice Cleanse is the boot on. And you know what? Nothing else. It's minority owned and operated. So, man, when you get a chance, please go check them out. And, hey, man, tell them Vic XL and the Ridin Durty Show sent you. What's up, my man Joe Ward? My man Joe got a real strong movement. Hopefully, he'll be running for some type of candidacy in my city real soon. And speaking of my city, I got to tell y'all a little story. Y'all know I bring you a little news, a little birthdays, and I bring you an awesome guest. So, I want to tell you a quick story about my town. I'm from a small town called Griffin, Georgia. Maybe not as small as I might think it is, but it's a small town. And in my town, there's this restaurant. And in this restaurant, the name of this restaurant is Murphy's. All my life, I'm in my 40s, all my life I was told, don't go into this restaurant because they didn't serve African Americans. Well, today, today, my beautiful wife, one time for extra, decided to, that we should go in. And so with that being said, we went in the restaurant, and not only did we go in the restaurant, we got awesome service, and we had an awesome breakfast. I'm saying all that to say that, I've asked a lot of people in my town as well, have they ever been to this restaurant? All the African Americans in my town that I've ever asked about this restaurant told me they've never been. And they never went for the same exact reason that they heard this restaurant didn't serve African Americans. I'm here to tell you I'm very African American, and my wife is not African American, but she's not Caucasian. We went into the restaurant. We got great service. We were treated very, very good. The food was outstanding. Only reason I'm telling you this story is because in my 40s, I've never felt like this country was so racially divided than it is now. 2017, after having an African American president, I've never felt this country was so racially divided, and that's on both sides. I'm telling the story about this restaurant because, number one, we need to not hold on to the past so much, but let's take the past and educate people. Let's take the past and let them know some of the things that happened, what wasn't appreciated, and use it as an educational tool. Not as a tool to be angry, but as a tool to help us move forward. Not only let's let go of the past, let's educate, and man, let's love. Let is love, man. I promise you, let's love each other. I went to this restaurant. I'm telling you, my dad told me don't go there, don't serve African Americans. 40 years, they never got my business. We got to start doing better. And I'm not telling everybody to go to Murphy's restaurant. I'm telling everybody, hey man, if you're African American, you work beside a Caucasian or vice versa, or you're Hispanic, or you're any race, man, let's open up conversation and strong dialogue about race relations and just make this world a better place. But this nitwit president we got is not going to do it. I promise you. He's not going to do it for us. So let's just make it a better place, man. One time for Murphy's, I'm sorry that I never ever came into your restaurant in 40 plus years, but I promise I will be back. I'm not telling people to go to Murphy's, but I'm telling people to let's just love each other and make the world a better place. From your boy Vic XL and Ridin Durty. All right, now, birthdays, man, birthdays. There are no major birthdays in hip-hop today. What the hell? There are no major birthdays in hip-hop, but we do have celebrity birthdays. I want to say happy birthday to former wife, Miss My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard, damn right, whatever the name of the song was. Happy birthday to my girl, Khalees. She turns 38 years old today. Did not realize she was that old. Also, happy birthday to actress Loretta Devine. Y'all seen her in a lot of movies. If not, Google her. Loretta Devine turned 68 this morning. I definitely did not realize she was that old. Happy birthday to her. Also, happy birthday to track and field star who just retired, my man Usain Bolt turns 31 years old today, and he just got that ass whooped last week. But happy birthday to my man Usain Bolt who turns 31. Now, to all my famous Facebook friends, I want to say happy birthday to my man, R&B singer. My man is dope. Very, very dope. My man Lydell Williams. Happy birthday to him if y'all know him. Please go check out his page. And you know what? If you don't do anything else for my man Lydell Williams, because he's been a former guest on the show, go check out his music, man. My man is very, very smooth in the R&B department. All right, what's up, man? I still got people checking in on Facebook. I definitely appreciate y'all checking in at the 3 p.m. time. And let me see, we're finna bring our guest on. Man, he just dropped out. He said he's gonna call me right back. So I'm gonna see what's going on in the world real quick while I wait for my guest. It was something I wanted to talk to you guys about that was going on. Hey man, one time for the A-Town Music Fest that went on Saturday here in Atlanta, it was a very successful show. I've been told. I Hate I Missed It, featuring my man Raheem the Dream, Kilo, Goody Mob, Big Boy, Young Bloods, and a lot more of the A-Town greatest. Okay? Also, man, if you get a chance, I'm a huge podcast fan. If you get a chance, make sure you go check out my man Jay-Z. He just actually done an exclusive interview on Rap Radar. For real. And man, he had a lot to say. If y'all get a chance, go check out Rap Radar's interview with my man Jay-Z. And I tell y'all all the time, I be liking some of the strangest artists, or I tend to like artists that people wouldn't think that I should like. But I gotta say, one time, my man Moneybagg Yo, representing at Memphis, he's signed to my man Yo Gotti's label. He just released a project called Federal 3, and it came in the top 5, the top 5 department on Billboard. So one time for my man Moneybagg Yo coming in the top 5, and he has no radio play. It's all internet buzz and shows. So one time for him. I like Moneybagg Yo. I like Moneybagg Yo, but a lot of people don't, but I do. So if you get a chance, check him out. I really, really like the project. All right, look, I'm going to get my guest song on, then we're going to have him on really, really quick. The name of the song is Abundance. It's by my man Skriptz, and we're going to be talking to him right here on Ridin Durty right after this song.
Check me out, check me in, check me off, I'm not a hey, they used to hate it, but now they love it. Soon to get up all up in abundance. Yeah, we really does it. How they hate it, now they really love it. We never stop until we make it, so we fake it, so we make it. Yeah, we soon to be the greatest. Yeah, we know that we will really make it. Oh yeah, yeah. All up in abundance, all up in abundance. Yeah. Back then it didn't talk much. Just look at me now. Back then they didn't know me. Now they want my name. Used to say I was so different. Now they say I'm gifted. This one's gonna be a hit. You can call this one Sammy Sosa. If you really want it, you better go and get it. I wake up and I live it like it's gonna be my last day. So you got one life, one chance, better get it right. One life, two roads, better choose it right. Take a chance, roll the dice. If you wanna pay the price, live it just how you like. Every day is a fight at the top like a kite. Staying up every night, cause I'm steady chasing my dreams like I'm Usain Bolt. And they used to hate it, but now they love it. Soon to get up all up in abundance. Yeah, we really does it. Heard they hate it, now they really love it. We never stop until we make it, so we fake it, so we make it. Yeah, we soon to be the greatest. Yeah, we know that we will really make it. Oh yeah, yeah. All up in abundance, all up in abundance. Yeah. Wanna do this shit forever, minus the bad weather. Storms in my head again, slow me down like sedative. Maybe I should meditate a bit. Making all of these smoothies, I should really take a sip. I just want the times to be timeless, mine to be silent. Mike is my trident, you can call me Poseidon, yeah. Making vibes with the wavy rhymes, tired of the lies and the sacrifices. The sleepless nights has me reminded I'd love to leave speechless. I just wanna chill like underneath some beach huts. When we were in high school, we kiss under bleachers. Order me around like we call up for some pizza. Still obsessed with that smile like Mona Lisa. There are days I feel holy like a preacher, yeah. Flying out my window like I'm Peter Pan. Gotta keep it on the racks like my Adidas, man. Yeah. Hey, they used to hate it, but now they love it. Soon to get up all up in abundance. Yeah, we really does it. Heard they hate it, now they really love it. We never stop until we make it, so we fake it, so we make it. Yeah, we soon to be the greatest. Yeah, we know that we will really make it. Oh yeah, yeah. All up in abundance, all up in abundance. Yeah, yeah.
That was my man Skriptz. The name of that joint is Abundance. That was really, really smooth. I was really digging it. Hey, man, thank y'all for y'all feedback on Facebook Live. One something I'm going to say a real quick shout out to my man Corey Freeman, Core Free Fitness, Massage Fitness. checking in, man, one time. Check out my man, Corey Freeman. Find out more about Core Fitness over on Facebook. And, hey, man, tell him Ridin Durty sent you. I'm waiting on my man Skriptz to get on the line. I really, really was digging that song. It kind of gave me a little Drake feel. Had a nice little melody going. I was really, really, really digging it. And I definitely want to talk to my man because I checked him out and it seems like he got quite a few things going on. He's trying to call in, I think through the WhatsApp app. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I'm really feeling the record. I like where he's going with it. If that's the path that his career's on, then he's going to have some good things going on because it wasn't a lot of, BS in the music. I didn't hear a lot of BS. I didn't hear a lot of F you this and I smoke this and I kill that. I didn't hear a lot of that. So, we're going to try to get my man on real quick. And I got him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one time for my man Skriptz. How you doing, sir?
Hey, yo. What's going on, man? Sorry about that before.
It is all good. First and foremost,
hello?
It's all good. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right. First and foremost, man, thanks for coming on the Ridin Durty show. Secondly, I really like that record. I was getting some real positive feedback on the Facebook Live. You get a chance, go check out some of the comments. Let the world know where Skriptz is from.
All right, man. So I'm originally from India, Calcutta. So I grew up in West Bengal, India, but I traveled most of my life. So I grew up in Switzerland and Thailand. I was in Thailand for high school, and then I moved to the U.S. for 4 years for a liberal arts degree, and then now I'm in London for my master's. So I'm from everywhere, man. I'm from the universe, baby.
So right now you're in London?
Yeah, I'm in London right now.
All right, so right here, and I'm going to ask the dumbest question. I probably should know the answer to this. So right now in America, we're experiencing the eclipse. Is that affecting London?
Yeah, it is, yeah. The solar eclipse, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what are you doing on Eclipse Day? What are you doing? Other than this interview, what you got going on today for the eclipse?
I mean, I've been planning to see it myself. I think I'm going to go cop one of those glasses to be able to, because you can't look directly at the sun. So I think, I'm definitely going to celebrate because I believe whenever there's an eclipse, there's a big shift or some kind of grand change. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. What made, being so traveled, what made you get into hip-hop?
Oh, man, that's a really good question. So back in the day, I used to, when I first was like 9 years old, I listened to 8 Mile, and I kind of got into the whole rap battling scene. But I used to do like online text battles at the time. And there was this website called Habbo Hotel. Shout out to that that online game. But basically, I used to rap battle on there, and I met a lot of friends and stuff on there. And eventually, I decided to take it more seriously and go more into music. Because in rap battling, I noticed there's a lot of combative energy. And I felt like when I was growing up, it was a lot like I had to redefine my masculinity and kind of find a way to channel my anger and all my teenage angst. And that went into my music. And so I would kind of rap battle people, and then I would win a lot of battles, and I got recognized online as Skriptz, but I was known as MC Skriptz back in the day, and I decided to drop the MC because, it was kind of an old school approach to it, I guess. But then I became interested in recording because back then my voice was all squeaky. It was like I started rapping when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and so I didn't get into audio recording till my voice cracked, till after my voice cracked, and then I really got into the music, and I also really got interested in just keeping up with hip-hop and just the whole culture. It kind of sucked me in, and I've been with it ever since.
All right, who are some of the, you mentioned battle rap and 8 Mile. Who are some, so obviously Eminem is an influence. Who are some of the other influences that have, affected your music?
Well, I think quite recently, there are newer artists that are influencing me, but it's not so much their bars. It's kind of their uniqueness and their identity. And like Chance the Rapper is a big influence for me because he just has that whole collaborative energy. Like he gives away free music, but merchandise, and I really appreciate what he brings to the table there. I really like how progressive artists are being nowadays. Back in the day, I used to kind of listen to a lot of underground, like Immortal Tech, Tech Nine, like all that kind of stuff. But then I got really interested in some of these new wave trap artists and really what they're doing and like the identity that they're creating and building. And I'm really interested in what sets an artist apart. So I think Lil Yachty maybe, Lil Yachty, I used to call him Lil Yachty because me and my friends had this inside joke. Anyway, but yeah, definitely a lot of influences like Drake, for sure. And it kind of goes on from there. I mean, I have a lot of influences, but I wouldn't say anyone particularly. I kind of have my own style in that way. I have my own genre-bending approach that I'm bringing to hip-hop.
All right. Speaking of where hip-hop is today and some of your influences, like you mentioned trap, you mentioned Lil Yachty, who some people call mumble rap. A lot of people say a lot of the music today is emotional. What do you feel about the different, like right now, rap to me has a bunch of subgenres. How do you feel about that, and do you agree? Because you got trap, you got mumble rap, you got conscious rap, you got battle rap. Like, how do you feel about all the subgenres in rap, and do you think that's a good thing as far as people being able to express themselves in so many different ways?
Yeah, I think definitely the game is changing towards a new direction now, and I'm more interested particularly in shifting people's consciousness. So basically, I want people to experience the good vibes, and like I really believe in upliftment through my music. Shifting people's consciousness. So basically, I'm originally also a life coach and a transformational coach, so I do a lot of work in that area. And so that influence is also brought into my music. But speaking about genres, I think it's interesting. I really don't, like, I'll probably bump some new wave artists and now and then, but I think it's basically just, it's more about the image and kind of what they're bringing to the table, because a lot of it is style dependent, and then a lot of it is character dependent, and a lot of it is lyricism. So I think it's going towards an interesting direction now with new wave artists, and it's kind of shifting what is normal in hip hop now. It's kind of making it more broad and globalized, and I really like that it's expanding in that way. And I'm so happy that it's gone to the far regions of India too, because I really appreciate that hip hop is becoming more of a global conscious effort to bring people together. And I mean, what you were saying earlier, man, I really appreciate that. Like, now is really the time for love, and now is really the time that we try and shift our consciousness, you know?
All right, you mentioned being a life coach and basically a transformational life coach. Tell people what that is, and how much will we hear that in your music? So you will hear a lot of the themes brought up in my music, like my recent a track which is on iTunes now, Abundance. That song is basically about a mentality, and this is what I teach all of my clients about, is this mindset where it's everything to gain and nothing to lose. And so it's basically, you're not living from a victim mentality anymore, and you're not blaming yourself, and because that's what I've been through this journey myself, and that's why I feel like I can help others, because I used to be a really shy kid and very awkward, and now I'm freely expressive, and I'm more confident about myself and my abilities. And a lot of that was through that concept of abundance. And so you will see a lot of overlap between my coaching and my music, and I feel like I have to bring every single little aspect of my personality out into my music, because music is kind of a therapy for me too.
and I express myself through the platform of music. And that's why I think I'm getting more recognition now, because I'm coming at it from an approach of contributing to society.
All right. What are you actually working on now? You mentioned the single Abundance. What do you have in the works now as far as projects?
All right, so I have this major project coming up. It's called Bollywood, and basically that's kind of what I'm working on now. And I will be posting stuff on my SoundCloud. I don't like to keep my audience bored. You know, I'm a workaholic when it comes to music, so I always got to be putting something out there. But yeah, in terms of Bollywood, I have some interesting tracks in that coming out. There's one called Paradox, which is about every single line in that song is a contradiction. So that was an interesting approach. I like to take a lot of different approaches to my music. I have this one song called Another Dimension, which basically is like when you feel like you're in that state where nothing can faze you, you know, you're in another place. And so a lot of my tracks do reflect my philosophies, my way of being, and my charisma.
All right. When can we expect Bollywood? When can we expect Bollywood, and why the name Bollywood?
So I thought I would bring a bit of satire to my music because I am from India. And so I think that where I came from, it isn't, I was particularly kind of middle class, and both my parents were doctors, but I kind of, as I traveled around the world, I saw the amazing possibilities that the world has to offer. And so I kind of came from that environment, which was kind of very, you know, it was very, there was a lot of chaos and a lot of in the streets. And so to rise up out of that and come into, and I think, you know what? I think it was influenced by the fact that I'm playing an extra in a Bollywood movie. So that was also a major influence. And when they came to London here, me and my girl, we decided to be extras for this Bollywood movie called Judwa 2. And from there, I decided, wait a minute, I've always kind of had this acting thing inside me, which goes into this, my name, Skriptz. And so I think that really inspired that too. And I think the hood, you know, it's a place where people can instantly recognize that when you say those words, because it's like everyone wants to get out of there, you know, and escape. And that's really what I want. I just wanted to get out of there, and I wanted to create my own life during my travels and really create my own personality. But I do have this love and deep affinity to my heritage and this connection. But it's like, I want to see it improve.
90 seconds.
Make sure that people aren't just looking at us like Indians, like it's dirt and chaos, because it's not. It's more than that. There's a rich cultural history. And I think that, yeah, with what's happening in the world now, it's just, it's the time is now. And it's always been now.
All right, so look, let's close this out. We got about 90 seconds to go. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. I thank you on the path
60
for
seconds.
making great music. And I think you have a very interesting and dope perspective. And being a life coach is just you're gonna make meaningful music that will definitely help and uplift people. I'm going to play the record, Abundance. We're going to end the show with that. But before we do, I want you to let everybody know where they can find you social media-wise, SoundCloud, everything, because I do want the listeners to keep up with you. And, again, remind them about that Bollywood and when it's coming out.
All right, so the release date is still to be decided, but you can check me out on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Skriptz. That's SKRIPTZ-1. And then you can follow me on Twitter, SumSwag, SUME, swag. And then you can also check out my Instagram, which is that_life.
10 seconds.
THAT that/life. All together.
Introduce that record for me, Spirits.
Pardon?
Introduce that record for me.
All right, so this is the track, Abundance. I hope y'all enjoy it. And it's all good vibes from here, baby. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's my man Skriptz. Y'all make sure y'all peep out what we got going on and peep out the record. Make sure y'all follow him. It's nothing but good vibes. My man is coming from a great perspective. And let's get it right here on the Ridin Durty Show. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bless.
Hey, check it out. Hey, check it out. Check me out. Check me in. Check me off. I'm not a live. Check me out. Check me in. Check me off. I'm not a. Hey, they used to hate it, but now they love it. Soon to get up all up in the front. Yeah, we really does it. How they hate it, now they really love it. We never stop until we make it. So we fake it till we make it. Yeah, we soon to be the greatest. Be the greatest. Yeah, we know that we will really make it. Oh yeah, yeah. All up in the abundance, all up in abundance. Yeah, yeah. Back then it didn't talk much. Just look at me now. Back then they didn't know me. Now they want my name. Used to say I was so different. Now they say I'm gifted. This one's gonna be a hit. You can call this one Sammy Sosa. If you really want it, you better go and get it. I wake up and I live it like it's gonna be my last day. So you got one life, one chance, better get it right. One life, two roads, better choose it right. Take a chance, roll the dice. If you wanna pay the price, live it just how you like. Every day is a fight at the top like a kite. Staying up every night cause I'm steady chasing my dreams like I'm Usain Bolt. And they used to hate it, but now they love it. So they get up all up in the abundance. Yeah, we really does it. Heard they hate it, now they really love it. We never stop until we make it. So we fake it till we make it. Yeah, we soon to be the greatest. Yeah, we know that we will really make it. Oh yeah, yeah. All up in abundance, all up in abundance. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, y'all keep living your dreams, man. Love is what we need. Love is what we want. Love is what we gotta do, man. Keep living your dreams. Keep pursuing your dreams. I'm an entrepreneur. Keep pushing. Support is support, man. We gotta support each other. That's the only way we're gonna break through is by supporting each other, man. Hey, starting tomorrow, right here on the Ridin Durty Show, I will be bringing you a business. I'm gonna start talking about businesses, independent businesses, and we're gonna, man, we just gonna lift each other up, man, in the name of love, man. Ridin Durty Show. It's your boy Vic XL. I love y'all, man. One time for extra. You see it? You see it? One time for extra, man. Nothing but love for her. One time for my man Skriptz. He made me want to run a man.
And they used to hate it, but now they love it.
Hey man, y'all get to know Skriptz. He checked in. Y'all give him some feedback on the record. Tag him. Become his friend. Make it till we make it, baby. Love you guys. One time for hip hop. One time for love. One time for all the independent thinkers doing their thing. Your boy Vic XL. And I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. 3 p.m. That was 3 p.m. Dr. Juice Cleanse. One time with WRFG. 89.3 FM. My FM radio home. Show me love. 15 plus years, man. We up out of here. Love y'all. My man Skriptz. Abundance of love. Let's go. I'm gone. Peace.